And the community of Santee could be seen coming together, as you saw there in the moment right after that plane crash.
And here with us now is Santee Mayor John Minto. And John, I overheard you as Jacqueline was reporting, and you know that family, Cody and Courtney, they were waiting. They're asking for $45,000. That's their goal. They've raised so far $35,000 in just 2 days, and I heard you say, "Wow."
Wow, that's the first time I've heard that. The first time I got to meet that young couple was the night of the accident, and very interesting. You know, I'm 63 years old, and I spent 30 years in law enforcement, and so I saw a lot of tragedy, and so I think sometimes when you get to be a little bit older, you kind of forget how troubling it is when somebody that young, I guess, reaches that point in their life for the very first time that they have to deal with something like that. And to hear that, I knew our community was coming together. I just didn't know how much, I guess.
And for that couple, I mean, we mentioned starting out, just remodel their home. And that's like the dream for a young couple like that. So good to see the community coming out. Before we get to some of the other, is there anything new that you can report to us this morning on what happened in the investigation?
Well, the only thing new that I'm really getting so far, I have to tell you, things are really coming out slowly. Of course. For obvious reasons. We understand that the investigation will most likely go on into this evening. We expect NTSB will be clearing out. I haven't been out there to the scene today yet to see where they're at and what kind of debris they have out of the streets. That's the big thing, is getting debris, because you have to collect all that evidence.
And it wasn't just those 2 homes that burned. I mean, the parts of that plane were in like almost, I think, 10 other homes or something like that, just all over. Yeah,
there were 10 homes impacted that we know about.
Sure.
And we expect that, like many collisions like this, there will be someone that goes in their yard and, believe it or not, they'll find some piece of an aircraft or maybe even a piece of the UPS truck. And they'll have to call in, and then someone will have to go out and collect that as evidence. So the biggest thing I heard was, now to describe this block, there's houses on each of the streets, but backyards come together. And the engine, one of the engines of the plane actually traveled beyond these 2 houses and went through somebody's wall and ended up, I think it was either in their living room or their kitchen. So you can imagine that that's just the one that I know about. That was a large piece of evidence.
Sure. And it's going to be a few days before we start to find out where everything is pretty much landed. You know, going back to the community, we saw the videos of the neighbors coming out, and you know, they describe it as instinct. You know, it's like fight or flight. Like, we've got to help each other out. You hear that? You hear about the GoFundMe, $35,000 so far. What is your message to your community?
Here's the only message, is that Santee is Santee. We are a community that looks after one another. We're neighbors helping neighbors. You go to a big city, let's say San Diego, and you may hear of little pockets of that happening. That's because pockets of communities come together. Well, Santee is a pocket community, and we all come together. One of the most heartfelt things I saw there that night was a woman who came to the scene. She had 2 $100 bills in her hand and said, "I'd like to give to the people that were injured, that were hurt, the people that lost their home." She wanted to give to the Red Cross, but you know, the Red Cross are not allowed to take money there. So my suggestion is, if you can't go to the GoFundMe, go to the Red Cross and give them money and help them out, because they're not just in Santee, they're all over helping people.
You know, I wanted to ask you about, you mentioned NTSB and you have the federal investigation. How does that work with the city in terms of how, do they come to you and ask for help? Is there some sort of working together that happens in this investigation with local law enforcement, the city, the federal authorities?
Well, we don't have our own law enforcement agency in Santee, so they'll be working with the Sheriff's Department on this. They will come to our city, though, and talk to some of our people that were on scene, like our firefighters. We actually had a contingency of maintenance people there to help out also. People don't realize, but one of the things that we also have to do is protect our waterways. And where the UPS truck was, there was a storm drain. So one of the things that we had to do is make sure that that was protected. So they may be asked, was there anything you had to move? What kind of evidence might be there? Our city right now is poised to help in any way possible. I've made that clear with my city manager and maintenance folks. And our city council, they did their job wonderfully. They stayed out of the way. Believe it or not, a lot of elected officials want to go out and get in the mix. But the best thing to do is stay out of the way.
Yeah.
But your city, for the most part, helping investigators out, kind of sort through the pieces too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't really know what part we have yet. They will let us know. Like I say, because we're not the investigating agency.
Sure. I mean, you defer
yes.
to those who are. Talk to me about how you foresee the recovery, not just for the rebuilding of these homes, but for the street, for the community. We know we have Gillespie Field right there, and a lot of folks live by that, and you know there's that psychological effect after the high school is right next to this neighborhood, and you know they heard what they heard, and with Gillespie Field there, is there like some sort of aspect of like a fear or something? Oh my God, and the plane's going overhead. How do we kind of address that moving forward?
Well, I think the way I would like to address some of that is to have conversations with the county about their airport. I know that I see from time to time planes that are not in the pattern they're supposed to be in.
Really?
Especially when we have students out there and they are practicing their touch and goes. Some of them make very quick turns, and they're not supposed to be doing that. I've seen people practicing for the air shows out there, and I'm just amazed. I've even gone over there to knock on the door where the tower is. Say, hey, do you know who these people are?
Really?
And unfortunately, there's never seems to be anybody home. So there's not a lot of people to.
So do you think that this will be something that moving forward, that will be addressed maybe a little bit more, maybe that ears will get opened up to maybe having a conversation about that concern?
Well, unfortunately, sometimes it takes a tragedy to get us off our proverbial duffs and get busy. It's unfortunate that that happens, but we know that we're all creatures of habit, and we usually take action a lot quicker when something bad has happened.
Well, we thank you for coming in. We know the community is going through a lot, but they've clearly shown just how strong the community is and the neighbors helping neighbors in a time of tragedy. Santee Mayor John Minto, thank you for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you, sir.